Do it. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. This is Lee Dort and I'm down and dunk. This is Lee Dort and I'm down to do it.
I'm Josh Giddey and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, this is Kenny Hustle and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Darius Baisley and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mike Muscala and I'm down to dunk.
This is Poku and I'm down to dunk.
I love cereal. Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Oh, I can have these. I'm gonna share with my team, but I'm gonna hog most of them.
Good morning and welcome to episode one. Don't have the number 4, 5 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down to dunk and get The Athletic for $1 a month or 6 months. I am Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew.
But I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool, pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through.
And Taylor.
I don't want to close my eyes. Don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. Because even when I dream. Slam through.
No Jay. Jay's not here.
No Jay.
Jay is camped out at the Jones Assembly, hoping to get a spot for our lottery party on May 17th. He won't be here till May 17th because he's waiting outside. We are having a lottery party.
Boom.
May 17th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Dropping bombs.
From 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Say it fast.
And
69.
6 to 9.
At the Jones Assembly, which is in downtown Oklahoma City. It is going to be a very fun event.
And if you are listening, we need you to be there. We need everyone there. We need to collect all our power like a spirit bomb with that Mr. Goku makes from Dragon Ball Z. And that spirit bomb is going to be a big ping pong ball with a 1 on it.
That would be great. That'd be great.
And then
here's the thing.
it's going to be fun.
The night of the lottery, you don't want to be alone.
No.
For several reasons. It doesn't matter whether we get the first pick or the 8th pick. You don't want to be alone. You want to be amongst friends that night to
Yes.
celebrate the highest of highs
Or the lowest of lows.
or the lowest of lows. You want to be amongst friends and people that understand, because if you're at home, let's say you're married, you're at home, the lottery happens, we get the 8th pick, and perhaps your spouse or your kids just don't even know what it means. And you try to tell them something that really means a lot to you and it means nothing to them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. Or if you get number 1,
You're going to want it.
you try to express it, but they can't match your level. Like they can't match your excitement.
If you get number 1, you're going to want to embrace a friend.
You need someone to match your
camaraderie.
Yes, you need
Yeah.
someone to match your level that night of excitement. And if your spouse is that excited too, bring them to the Jones Assembly.
If they're not, leave their butts at home. Okay? Because you don't need that energy.
You can bring them and maybe they can understand the energy of the room.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to match the energy of the room when
Yeah,
it's
better.
lots of people
True.
than it is with one person. And it's actually a great time because it's just a really interesting time in Thunder history, because you're going to remember like all of this. 'Cause I don't know how much people remember like the lottery for James Harden
I was
or the
actually
lottery for Russell Westbrook.
I was just gonna say the lottery is such a funny thing because if you're a team like the OKC Thunder right now,
Yeah.
we have a huge party with hundreds of people to all watch it together
Yeah.
at this one place. We throw an event. Well, even, I don't know how many years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I wouldn't even know what time the lottery was on TV.
Yeah.
Just be walking around. I don't give a crap about the lottery.
Yeah.
No, I want nothing to do with it.
We're just in a unique position where I would say bring friends that are, even if they're not diehard Thunder fans, if they're just like regular Thunder fans. Are you about to
Oh my God.
spit out coffee here? And he is. No, please don't. Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
Swallowed.
It's just a unique time to be a Thunder fan. And this is like getting on the ground level of like a startup company to a degree.
It's true.
Are you
So
saying if people come to this party, they might end up with millions of
You
dollars
might
a
get-
couple years down
you
the
might
line
be rich with Thunder fandom later on.
with spirit currency
But everyone needs to come.
and wear clothes.
Okay.
Make sure you're wearing
That was
clothes
the
when you
that
come
was
to
the
this.
spirit of Jay.
Yeah. The Jones operates on the same no shoes, no shirt, no service
Right.
thing as every restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be wearing clothes when you come to this.
Mhm.
Exciting thing number 2 that's happening is that we're releasing our own Down to Dunk beer with Lively Beer Works.
Love that.
It's amazing.
If you're on the live stream, you're seeing what the label looks like.
And can I just say,
yeah,
it's beautiful. The
it's
label.
beautiful.
It
The
is.
beer is called Dream Scenario. And it's awesome. It looks really good. Designed by a local artist here
Yeah.
in Oklahoma City. And next Thursday, which is Cinco de Mayo,
Oh,
Whoa.
isn't that right?
I think you're correct.
Yeah. Next Thursday, which is Cinco de Mayo, we will have a release of this beer at Lively Beer Works, which is in downtown Oklahoma City. So the beer will be available to purchase at noon, and we will have a release at 7:30 p.m.
It will have already been released.
It would have
but
been
we will
released,
have a
but we'll have
release.
our official Down to Dunk release
Yeah.
with the L-Man and Tayshawn
We're gonna be there.
there in person.
We're gonna be there, and I'm going to drink this beer, and very excited. The label of the beer, this is gonna be like, it's going to be like for sale in liquor stores, correct?
That's the idea, yes, is that this is not just like a one-time release here. It's going to be, they're going to make a bunch and then
Because they have to make a bunch. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're gonna make a beer, they have to make a ton of beer.
they've
Yeah.
made a ton of it. It's a cold IPA,
Yeah.
which is
It says, and the label is beautiful. The
Yeah.
numbers may add up to a funny number. I haven't figured that out yet.
well, you got time right now.
No.
Figure it out.
I don't. I'm not good at mental math.
You have a phone. With
I gotta stay,
calculator.
man. Gotta stay on. But let's say it's
Stay on butt.
stay on butt. But it's going to be very awesome because you're gonna walk
Jay?
into a liquor store and there's gonna be a little Down and Dunk logo on a bunch of beers.
Yeah.
That if you drink enough of them, they'll make you feel great. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it a go.
I'm gonna give it a goo.
Give it a go.
So Luke and I will be there.
We'll be
next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. at Lively.
We will be there or we will not be there, but we'll probably be there.
You will be there. So yeah.
Also, we're close to that event too.
I do. How
We
about
had
this?
an issue with.
How did we?
Yeah, we had an issue for a while with people showing up.
How about
We're
this?
close.
Let's just wear clothes to all the events unless we specifically tell you otherwise.
Okay, so don't specify wearing clothes, but specify if we want them to not wear clothes.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Get the Dream Scenario next Thursday, and then May 17th from 6 to 9 at the Jones Assembly. Join us.
We got a lot of
These are
coming up.
events. This is like,
And
this
then we
is
still have the
like-
draft party.
It's true. We do.
and that so a lot of.
We do.
Let's run a quick tankathon, just to get us kind of in the mood.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
In the
mood.
mood for
Uh,
tanks.
In the mood.
I get nervous. I get more nervous about running a tankathon
Andrew?
these days.
Fire away.
Okay, here we go. Hey guys, good luck, Andrew.
Let me share my screen so that our our people that are following along with us can.
Andrew, far away.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, guys.
right.
I just want to say before you do this. Oh, did you already do it?
No, I haven't done it.
That I love you guys.
Hey guys, whatever happens,
Yeah.
happens. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever happens will happen. All right, here we go.
That's wonderful. What do we got?
Number 2.
Oh, baby.
2 and 12.
Oh,
2 and 12. Okay,
baby.
so the question is, this is a dream scenario. This is a lively beer scenario.
This is a cold IPA.
Spurs number 1, Thunder number 2,
Spurs number 1.
Pelicans number 3, via the Lakers.
Oh my God.
Blazers number 4, Rockets 5, Orlando 6, Pistons 7.
Holy moly. That's quite a spin.
That is a juicy spin.
That is a juicy spin.
Juicy spin.
Who would you guys want at 2? Let's say that the Spurs take Chet. Chet's gone.
Hmm.
Who do you want at number 2?
God. I'm kind of still a Banchero.
I'm 100% on the Paulo Banchero train.
Yeah.
He would be amazing here. Yeah. Be amazing. Okay.
Good spin, Andrew.
That's a good spin. It's a good spin.
Good spin.
Juicy spin.
The playoffs continued last night. We had 2 teams have closeouts. 3. Oh yeah, 3.
All 3.
Yeah, all 3 close out. Yeah, Sixers first, which was not a good game. Good for them though. It was good for the anxiety.
Good for Doc.
The overall anxiety. Oh my gosh, I was just prepared for them to lose that game because of Doc's rant about how great I am, and you guys don't understand how great I am.
You don't understand that none of those were my problem or were my fault at all.
That was a weird time to have for everybody. I did not like that, but they won. They move on. Congrats to all the Philly fans, and I feel bad for all my Raptors people. It's very sad.
No.
And then did you just rack yourself?
I think he sat on one.
Sat on one a little bit.
No, you did not.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh my gosh,
I'm back.
man.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
You need to make sure you go back and listen to that noise he made. That's how I know he sat on one, because it's only a noise that comes from that area.
Wow.
I apologize to everyone.
Phoenix beat the Pelicans to move on to round 2. Chris Paul set a playoff record. He was 14 of 14 from the field on a variety of shots.
That's perfect.
It's perfect.
He was
but
perfect.
maybe the most perfect thing he did last night was post game. And here's some post game commentary from Chris Paul.
We knew I rather hope. We knew he was going to be picking up, high energy. He was a fan favorite. He played hard, but it wasn't enough.
He didn't. Jose Alvarado, who's become a household name to the NBA fan over the course.
Did he not say his name?
Listen to what he said.
We knew I rather hope. We knew he was going to be picking up, high energy.
I'll ride ho.
He said Alvarado. He absolutely. He's won. Jose Alvarado pissed him off the entire series.
Oh, he's acting like he doesn't really know.
He acts. He's giving him the one of the most disrespectful moves possible.
Yeah,
is someone that you know and mispronouncing their name on purpose.
I love that. That's what that is. A petty king.
Yes.
And we stand a petty king.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You have been using these like Twitter cliches a lot recently, like in text, and right now I've been here.
I'm online a lot.
It's true.
What did you say? Like you used the woke up and chose violence.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's been a couple things I've noticed with you.
Wow.
Is this a thing that you're?
No, it's just things I said. Maybe it just thinks I say.
Seems a little bit more than
Every day,
normal.
whenever I see a petty king, I say, we stand a petty king.
we
We stand a petty king. We do.
And then the Mavericks took care of Utah last night. Did you guys see the end of this game? I watched it.
didn't see it.
I watched it this morning. It's so sad. If you're a Utah fan, it's so sad. So they were down, I believe they were down 1. And oh my gosh, Mike Conley gets the ball. There's maybe 10 seconds left. He drives the lane, gets stopped, and then travels with 10 seconds left, or like 4 seconds left. Travels. And they don't even get a chance to shoot the ball. They're down 1. And then Jalen Brunson gets fouled, goes down. Jalen Brunson misses one of the free throws. They still have a chance to win. They're only down 2 now. They go down. Bogdanovich gets a shot wide open on the wing. He's on the left wing. He gets a flyby from one of the Mavs, wide open, and misses the shot. Wide open 3. And it's just the saddest, like you have all this.
I just watched it.
You have all this hope.
Oh my
as
god!
a Utah fan, and you get like the perfect shot.
You know who would have made that shot? Joe Ingles.
Without a doubt, Joe Ingles makes that shot.
Joe Ingles would have made that shot. Is Joe Ingles the reason that the Utah Jazz are now going to? They're going to break up, and it's not going to be like this at all.
I would say he's definitely part of that because he was part of the glue of that locker room.
Yeah, he just made everything kind of work.
Yeah, it's very sad. Very sad for Utah Jazz fans. Really, for most NBA fans, not sad at all.
Man, that travel by Mike Conley.
That was really bad. So now we have 3 out of the 4 matchups for the second round determined. We've got just Memphis, Minnesota left. They play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis has a chance to close it out in Minnesota.
I think they will.
I think it goes 7. I think these teams don't know what they're doing, and it's amazing. Like every game is just unbelievable.
They're in Minnesota now.
In Minnesota now.
They're in our house now.
He sounds like a Muppet. It's so weird. Phoenix Dallas is pretty interesting. Devin Booker played last night. Did not look good.
I was gonna say I can't believe I was kind of surprised that he was back already.
He played a lot. He hit a really big 3 down the stretch. They needed him, but still it was kind of rough. Miami, Philadelphia is interesting to a degree.
I think that's very interesting.
I just hate that Embiid hurt his thumb.
Yeah.
Because it really has affected him. But James Harden looked really good last night. So they need that version of James Harden. And then Bucks Celtics.
Man.
Yeah.
All these second round. Even the first round was so good. I know we keep saying that, but
it was amazing. Yeah.
I've really liked a lot of Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the TNT crew. This playoffs is the best playoff. Everything around it, media around it, everything has been the best playoffs in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's finally feeling like, all right, we're kind of through how weird the last two years were, and now we have a bunch of this. I don't know why it's working so well, but it really is. Yeah. Everything's just coming together.
A lot of star power. The league is just in a really good place. Like Golden State is really good. Memphis is really good. Phoenix is good. Dallas has been amazing. Like you just have so many good teams. Like
There's a lot of drama in every single series too.
Yeah, and it feels like we get to the second round and you're like, oh yeah, that one is easy.
Yeah,
they're gonna move on. Like I don't know that Phoenix Dallas is just an easy series.
Mm-hmm.
If Devin Booker's not 100%, like that's not an easy series. Golden State Memphis, which is I would be very surprised if it's Golden State Timberwolves. That would be the only series I'd be like, yeah, they're going to sweep them.
Yeah.
If it's Golden State Memphis, people will pick Memphis. There will be people that pick Memphis. I don't think I'll be one of them.
Yeah, I will not be one of them.
But there will be people that will pick Memphis.
Can we talk about that Nuggets Golden State series for a second?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jokic and the Nuggets? It's like this has been the Jokic playoff experience every single
He's been in the conference
year.
finals, man. He's
That's
awesome.
true. Jokic is great. This is not a rant about Jokic being overrated. This is a rant about the Nuggets not giving Jokic a good team.
I mean, it's all about injuries though for them.
Yeah.
Because MPJ should be back and Jamal Murray should be back.
And Jamal Murray. That's right.
So, I mean,
So you take it back?
Yeah, I take it back.
Okay.
I really didn't have
You want to apologize to all of our.
I didn't have a lot of juice behind that.
Yeah,
so I shouldn't have brought it to the table.
I
to be
mean,
honest.
that's like Ibaka and Westbrook being gone from those Durant teams.
Exactly.
And
Peaky Baka.
Yeah, Peaky Baka gone.
Mm-hmm.
So those teams aren't doing anything either.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
We saw Durant with Kyrie not doing anything this year either. Got swept.
They were. Kyrie was talking about how good the Celtics. They accepted the loss of that series in Game 2.
Yeah, they did.
So weird.
Yeah, it was over. It was over after Game 2. It was very, very strange.
I really like Ben Simmons, what he wore on the sidelines.
It just looks so sad.
Well, because the team is wearing black
All
jerseys,
black.
and then
Oh,
he's
yeah.
there in this this neon, weird glasses, just like the
I think
weirdest person.
He's sitting on one of those chair risers too.
Yeah,
I feel like
that-
he's taller than everyone else.
Is that the one that Phil Jackson used to
Yeah,
wear when he's sitting
yeah.
on the bench? Yeah.
It's so weird. He looked so weird, and it's just
Ben Simmons has done nothing to help himself one time
No,
in
he
the
really
last calendar
doesn't.
year. He hasn't done one thing that has been helpful to his image. That in particular, it was just like ammo for everybody. Like just wear something black and white and just sit down, and maybe they don't even notice you. But you just wear something that everybody sees you, and you don't want to be. He didn't want to be noticed so much in the last game that he didn't even show up. He wasn't even at the arena.
It's a distraction.
it's awesome.
I mean, that's even worse. That I just sit on the bench and wear gray and just chill.
It's weird.
Instead, he wears that crazy outfit and then doesn't show up at all. What he needs a friend is what he needs. He needs a good friend
He does.
that is willing to tell him like it is.
We just had
We
we
just
just
had the
talked about
conversation.
this before the podcast.
When you have that much money, people stop telling you no.
Yeah, it's why these millionaire basketball players just get so strange.
Mhm.
Ben Simmons is in such a weird place in life right now. There's part of me that's just like, that really sucks. That sucks that everything has been mishandled.
It'd be like
Every single thing.
at our lottery party, if Taylor showed up and he was nude, I'd tell him, "Hey, man,
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
not a great idea."
And
In
you
person,
should
new
tell me
clothes.
dude, you're kind of a hypocrite because you're the person that told everyone
I
to
know.
come.
I'm
with
gonna say,
clothes.
"Hey, did you just tell people not to wear stuff because you knew you would be
Oh yeah.
nude and you didn't want anyone else to have the same style,
Style.
the same nude style?"
Yeah. That'd be
Uh-huh.
a good question. And I would need you to call out my ego.
There's
Memo.
a popular story about this called "The Emperor's New Clothes." The
Yeah.
emperor was nude, and no one told him because he was the emperor. He was so powerful.
A popular story.
Popular story.
Never heard of it.
Uh huh.
Okay.
A lot of parallels.
Jay is on the stream.
Jay, if you're on the stream, you should have been on the team right here with us.
That's right. But he's in line at the Jones Assembly,
Waiting.
waiting for May 17th from 6 to 9 p.m.
He's so excited.
6 to 9, May 17th at the Jones Assembly.
So excited.
Sounded like Alexa.
6 to 9.
All right. Anything else? Anything else playoff related that
When they
interesting
did
thing
the
about-
office thing they posted or showed on the
the roll call?
yes, when they're all on the bus going to Cancun it was with the Nets players. I love when they do stuff like that. It's so good.
It was so funny.
And they're like Charles is beefing with Kevin Durant. And
Yeah.
it's just great. I love it.
It's
It's
so
nonstop
funny.
entertainment. It's hard to keep up with it this year because there's so much.
It's very good.
There's not a series to ignore.
Yeah, there's really not, and there won't be, which is great. The content,
Yeah.
just Just
And-
makes itself.
And also, I love that the NBA playoffs are 2 full months.
Yeah.
It's like 2 full months before the end of the finals.
That's right. I
That's
like that.
amazing. It's the best 2 months of my life.
That's like 3 months almost.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
But not the best 3 months of your life.
Not
No,
the
if
best
it was
3.
2, 3, if it's 3, that's a month.
You've
too
had some
far.
better 3 month periods.
Yeah,
I
I've
understand.
had better 3-monthers.
I understand.
Sam Vecini released a 2021 redraft, which McKelly and I did that on Monday, and he had Giddey going 6th
Oh wow, snub.
in his redraft.
Snubbed.
Snubbed to his exact spot
He
in the
has
draft.
been snubbed.
Okay, here's a question. Did you ask Mikey if he... Okay, hold on. Now, another side note. Mikey or Mickey? Because Jay... I call him Mikey.
I think it is Mickey.
It's Mickey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Interesting.
Interesting.
Milky.
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 Okay. Anyway, do you think Milky decided going into this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Josh Giddey 6, and now I need to build the draft around that idea?
What do you mean?
I think he decided for the drama of it.
On
I think
Monday?
he went... Yes. I didn't listen. He went in...
I was the one who
decided-
picked him. I was the one who basically set the table for Josh to be at 6.
Oh, really?
Wow,
Yeah.
snubbed.
Snubbed.
Oh, no, well,
Snubbed.
never mind.
So his order.
Snubbed.
So Vicini's order was Cade, Barnes, Mobley, Green, Franz Wagner, Giddey. It's like I don't know. Like I can't really quibble with that. Like, it's fine.
Say it again.
Cade, Barnes,
Mhm.
Mobley,
Mm-hmm.
Green, Franz, Giddey.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Like those are all very good players.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which one I can
They're all very good.
move up.
I think you can argue Franz Wagner. Yeah. And then Trey
Why can't
Man,
I argue Green?
you can if you want. Go
Okay.
for
No, I'm just saying.
it.
Okay, argument.
He's really good. I know we don't want him to be good because he plays
I
for the
know.
Rockets and that we only want to talk about how he played at the start of the season. But
Mhm.
he's good.
I know.
He's going to be really
And
good.
he is a dynamite player. He has some dynamite highlights.
He does. And he's picked second.
Boom.
It is a little even though he goes 4th in this mock draft or this redraft, he went second.
Yeah.
I think people forget that he's the second pick in the draft. They could
Oh.
have had Barnes or Mobley.
Luke, did you
So
forget?
he was snubbed.
He was a
Snubbed.
little snubbed.
Two snubs.
2 snubs.
2 snub spots.
Hate that.
Trey Man went 17th.
Hmm. Oh, Luke called snub on that.
He was 18th in the real
Snub.
draft.
Wow.
Still snub.
Wow.
If you're not
He should have been picked higher.
He did move up.
I know, but if you're not moving up more than one, it's like you're not moving up at all.
Yeah, that's true.
That's still snub.
Wow. Okay. Shangun at 14. Trey Murphy
Not a
10.
Hmm.
Murph dog.
The Murph.
All right. I can't get any emotion out of you guys.
No,
about
you really,
this.
you're not
All
gonna
right.
get any.
Let's
emotion
move
out of
on to Tayshawn's factoid.
it. Uh-oh.
John's factoid figure mystery. John's factoid figure mystery.
Someone put on Twitter how much they hate that.
The song.
No, they put it on Reddit.
They put it on
They
Reddit.
did put it on Reddit.
That's right. But people love it.
Do you guys check Reddit?
Sometimes.
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like r/Thunder to see what they're saying about the
Yeah.
podcast?
That's where I found that. That's where I
Just
found that
saying about the
picture.
podcast.
Yeah.
I'll check it to see if there's like any Thunder, like weird Thunder news that I missed.
Hmm.
I'll check
You
it
know,
out.
like any like stuff on Instagram that happens that I don't see,
Right.
or like things that happen online.
That's where I
Let me
found,
see.
that's where I found this.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
Shay. It's Shay in bed with shades and gloves on
Yeah. And bracelets.
and bracelets.
Wait, no, I think that's jewel. That's
That's
like jewelry.
Well, bracelets are jewelry.
It's bling.
So yes.
Is bling a thing?
Yeah. He's
Is it still a thing?
I mean, he's looking good.
he looks nice.
Can't lie.
Yeah. People can see it on the stream now.
He's looking good.
What's your factoid victory?
I'll be honest, I didn't come with one.
Wow.
If you notice at the beginning of that, when you said Tayshawn's backyard victory, he goes, "Oh no, oh now we're going on a deep. We're going on a deep dive. We're going on a." Okay, you guys, I want to update my deep dive from last week because I put this on Twitter, but I feel like and I don't assume that everyone that listens to the pod follows me on Twitter, though you should, because I'm great.
Give them your handle.
My handle is at Sook Levens. Follow me, my nice friends. Okay, so I want to, because what he said, Sam Presti, about the Russell Westbrook trade, I said I did not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And then more information came to light,
Mm-hmm.
made me further not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to read you first. I'll read you what he said about this trade, and then I'll read you something else he said.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You guys all know this, but people do not. Maybe. This is what they said.
do.
This is what Sam Presti said that I don't believe about the Russell Westbrook trade. We had basically wrapped up the trade. It was pretty late, and I was walking down one of the hallways in the building, and I heard a ball bouncing. I walked into someone's office that had a window. I think there may have been 3 people in the building, and I looked out the window, and Shea was working out. He had just got there. I said hi to him or something. It was pretty quick. And he was there. He was working out. I think it was with one of his agents. I can't remember exactly. It was kind of a blur because I was pretty emotional about the whole Russell thing. Then we have these new guys coming in, and it was, it was very, you just didn't know which way it was won. And so that's what he said about that. Okay. Now this is what he said after the Harden trade. I think about adding Jeremy and Kevin to this group, and it's exciting to me. It's very exciting to me. I think those guys add to what we have in place, and what we have in place is a group of very competitive people. And last night, as I was wrapping up the end of the trade and things that have to happen, I also look out my window, and Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka were in here working individually with our coaching staff on separate baskets. And I thought about what we were adding: 2 quality players to a group of guys who are really invested in what it is that we're trying to do here and take a lot of pride with playing with the Thunder. That's the exact same story. Both at the eve of the trade, he looks out the window, sees the people practicing, and he feels good about what's happening.
Hey, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm going to let this be your thing because I don't want to be, destroyed. There's some back channels that might be.
I would just say that
now.
Professional basketball players working out at a practice facility is a likely thing.
Yeah.
The thing is
That's
that
a very funny point that Sam Presti knows that, but he also knows how that story is going to be perceived by fans, where it's like, wow, they're so hardworking.
And that could be like a cool moment, like individually for him still.
I think that he has looked out the windows and seen Shea practicing. I don't believe it happened as on that night as I've stated, like as he says. It happened that same night. He heard a ball bouncing. Oh, what is this? And he goes up and looks, and he sees exactly what he needs to for this nice story. I don't believe it, especially because he's told the same one in the same way about the last big trade we had.
Yeah.
Makes me think, I don't believe it.
But it's also not an impossible scenario.
Yeah.
It's not like we're asking the stars to align for it to actually be real.
I agree. And ultimately, to me, it doesn't matter at all, in the scheme of things. No, it just makes me think.
I don't know if I believe that, because now this is the second week you're bringing it back up.
Well, I just wanted to bring up that thing that I had more additional information.
That's true. I do like the idea. I like the thought of you becoming so obsessed with this, though, that this like very meaningless
it's like
lie maybe that you thought about
on Always Sunny when he's trying to figure out Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. And every week you come back and we're like, all right, dude.
No,
it's okay.
Here's how I want this to end. Is I want Luke during a Thunder playoff game
to be found dead in the dumpster.
No.
Yeah.
I want you to run down on the court and glue your hand to the floor.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Presti lied.
You didn't hear the ball bounce. The ball wasn't bouncing.
There's no way it could have been the same night.
It could have been a similar situation, but a different night of the week.
Just admit it was a different day.
Yeah, there were some debunkers on Twitter
You see that lady that got?
too.
You see that lady that got tackled trying to get onto the court?
I did.
That's tight.
That
The security guard had her.
yeah.
So
That could be you. That could be you, El,
It's gonna be
man.
me.
that really could have been you. And about that lady, she must have been acting really weird,
Had to have been
or like
so
yeah.
strange.
because
yes.
why was he just
was
sitting 2 seats away
so-
staring at her?
So, and then when she
was
got
locked
up, he
in.
just boom. It was like a tackle drill.
Yeah, it was like
She
someone
was
said
up there.
down said hut. And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He was ready.
I saw on Twitter someone said my friend just called me and said that and informed me that the protester that ran onto the court and got tackled was my girlfriend from high school.
Yeah, I saw that. Be awesome.
That would be great.
We have a comment from Everyone Needs a Smile. Anyone want to mention just how bad human memory is?
Yeah.
How easy is it to have true memories that you organize to the wrong time due to emotional circumstances?
Hey,
right.
that,
Hey,
how
that's right.
easily
you've read Gladwell too. I know what you're talking about.
how easily a new memory can be fabricated.
That's right.
So true.
Do you ever
man.
had? I had one when I was a younger child. I thought a friend had invited me to Disney World, and I had to go over to his house and say no. Turns out, dream. Never invited.
Turns out schizophrenia.
No, it was a dream.
Never had a.
I
never
dreamt
had
it.
a friend.
I dreamt it, but the dream is so real. I was just like, man, I'm so man. I can't go to Disney World. I asked
Who was the friend?
Blake Thompson.
It
This is in like third or fourth grade, and not getting to go to Disney World, like that's a huge invite. And I would say no, go to his house. I felt like man, it sucked when I was younger. I didn't get to go. My parents were like, what are you talking about? That did not happen. I was like, I'm pretty certain it did. No, it did not.
Wow.
It was a dream.
I know. I don't like to. I know that that's real. What he's talking about, our memories and how bad we are.
Mhm.
But also, I don't want to accept it because everything I think about from my childhood
Yeah.
could just be like 50% fabricated,
Yeah.
and it probably is.
Well, it's also like not a lot of times you're not remembering the thing, you're remembering the thing, you know? Like sometimes if there's like an event that like was recorded
Photos or
that you've
videos.
seen, like you're remembering the photo or video and you've just interpreted your memory like, oh, I remember that, when you're not really remembering that. You're remembering the photo or video you've seen.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll be right back after this quick break.
I've never heard that.
You're questioning it all.
And we're back after that quick break. It's time for some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions.
You got questions and you ask them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Now let's get down to it. Twitter questions.
That's beautiful. Hey guys, our first Twitter question comes from @J Langford Writes, who wants to know if the Thunder get pick 6 through 8 in this year's draft, do you think they will begin to consolidate future draft assets to move up? So far in the rebuild, they've only traded the current season's picks on draft night.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. This draft is shaping up to be pretty weird because people just don't know we don't even know who's gonna go number 1.
Yeah.
I think people think it's Chet, but I think there will be teams that look at Chet's frame and just say no.
Yeah.
Their owners will just be like, no, we're not taking that guy.
Yeah.
I want the big beefcake from Duke instead.
It's very true. It's like there's not a Zion in this draft.
Yeah.
So it's all about team fit. And
Yeah.
there's so many really good guys, but you're so right. It's all about the order of the teams from how the balls drop, you know?
Yeah, but that's a cautionary tale of
Dropping balls.
too much beef.
Too much beef of Zion.
Too much beef.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of beef. And then like you have the Shaden Sharp element
Let's
to
sort
it
of
as
beef.
well. Because we don't know what the Thunder think about him. They may think he's the best player in the draft. And if they fall to 7 and he's at 7, you just may be like, fine, great.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't know.
He sure feels thundery.
Oh
Yeah.
The whole situation does.
You know, it
He's-
feels like someone they'd be like really like.
He's Canadian. He doesn't have.
It feels like a Baisley scenario a little bit too.
I know, but my whole thing is like, do you want a Baisley scenario at 7?
Right.
A Baisley scenario at 22 is fine.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? The 22nd pick doesn't work out. Like, the 6th or 7th pick in the draft, you have a chance to change your franchise. You know, Damian Lillard was the 6th pick.
Josh Giddey was a 6th pick.
Josh Giddey was the 6th pick. I mean, you have a chance to really change your franchise. Like, you have to be very sure.
Yeah.
Because like Baisley or Ferguson or whatever weird scenario they've done in the past has been later in the draft
Mm-hmm.
where it's like we can just take a swing, and if it doesn't work out, who cares? You know, because we already have our stars.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need our stars. And is he a star? He might be. Maybe not. You know, a lot of guys are like highly ranked and then play in college, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely not a lottery pick.
And his agent definitely knows how to play both sides of this.
Actually, I would argue that he doesn't, because he's lied to everyone.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like he's good at just lying and pushing his client through. And
Yeah.
look now, I think exactly what
I think NBA
he
teams
wanted to
are more
happen
leery
happened.
of him now
Really,
than they were before, because he was.
but it adds an element of mystery.
Yeah, there's definitely an element of mystery, but the fact that he lied to everybody for months is just weird.
What is remind everyone of the lie?
Well, he told everybody he's going back to Kentucky, and that he's enrolled in summer classes. He's enrolled in the fall. Like, he's going back to Kentucky. And
change.
he had
Things
never
change.
had any intention of going back to Kentucky.
I don't know that you know that. You don't know his intention.
Luke, time for a deep dive.
He could have intended at one point too, and then changed his mind.
Well, they were saying it last week.
Mm-hmm.
He's John Calipari still thinks he's coming back. He's
Today?
Yes, he's still saying today.
There's no way he's going back.
I know he hadn't. If you have the chance, just think about this. You have the chance to be a millionaire basketball player in a couple months,
And you're going to go top 10.
you will go in the top 10, or you can delay it, play
Yeah.
a year at Kentucky, make a little bit of money, not as much in comparison to what you would make with your NBA contract, like not even close to it, and you could kill your draft stock.
Yeah.
He could be the 28th pick, and you're put on a different salary scale then.
Yeah.
So which one are you going to do? If you
Right.
think, if he thought,
And which one is your agent going to be pushing you to do?
right, to me, if he thought he was that good where he could go back next year and be the number 1 pick, he would have just played at Kentucky during the tournament
Mm-hmm.
or the conference tournament. If he
Mhm.
thought he was that good,
Can you imagine if he came in for like 2 games in the tournament and just went lights out? Maybe even got lucky and
if like Kentucky won the
Yeah.
whole thing, he can go number 1 easily.
Yeah.
If he thought he was that good, to me, this is like a big red flag to me about him. If he thought he was that good, just play. Just play. He didn't. He decided that it was better for him to not play than to play.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean he's not going to be a good pro, but it is weird.
Yeah,
And it is concerning to me.
it is. They're using the guise of mystery to their advantage.
Yeah. It does worry me about him.
Mm.
His athleticism, his skills, like everything else is very intriguing.
And you know what? I don't know if we talk about the pressure that's put on guys that get picked a little bit earlier than they probably should. And there's a lot of players that feel that way too. I think there's a lot of players
Mhm.
that feel, oh, I should have been picked top 10. I'm a top 10 player, and they use that as motivation. I also think there's guys that are picked, number 1 overall or top 5. And they're like, oh no, this is a lot of pressure.
I don't think-
this team is
I
expecting
don't
me to
agree
be the guy.
I don't agree with that. I think if you're,
I don't
getting-
think they'll ever say it. They're human beings. There are
Like,
definitely
No,
players
I don't
that
think
feel
so.
that pressure.
I think when they're this good to go to the NBA, they're like, I'm the best player in this draft class. I'm the best. They've
Yeah, but
been
there's a
told-
lot of guys that don't live up to expectations.
Anthony Bennett, how long do you think
Yeah,
Bennett
that-
thought that way about himself? At some point, you have to accept I'm not like the number 1 overall pick, or I shouldn't have been.
I know.
I don't think so.
I think if the first 2 weeks of Anthony Bennett playing in the NBA,
Yeah.
he was like, oh no.
He's like, oh crap. But if he was picked 20th, he would probably have a better NBA career.
He might still be in the NBA, honestly.
And like Wiggins, I feel like that's a guy early in his career you could see there was a lot of pressure on
If
him.
Andrew Wiggins was picked 7th like Harrison
Yeah.
Barnes was,
Yeah,
I think it would be just fine.
be a different story. But he was the guy that was like the equal for Kevin Love and for the LeBron Cavaliers team to
Yeah.
work out. You know?
Yeah. He went
That
for-
was the chip that made that
well,
Cavs
number
team
1
get
in a
together.
draft that Embiid was in.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's a lot of like and this is stuff that we can't even really analyze because like, you have to know the person, like you have to be up close and personal, but there's like
Right.
a psychological element to all of this that like we just don't.
And they will never
No.
talk about it.
Like I think there was a huge psychological element to why Terrence Ferguson didn't work out here in Oklahoma City. It's just a different layer that we just can't know. And Shaden Sharp, I think there's obviously like something going on there. That's strange. And maybe he overcomes all of that. Maybe it is that he's been just given advice like, don't play. We're going to get you drafted. We're going to we want to steer you to a particular team, and we're going to do that. And just like trust us in this process. And he may be a great player. I mean, there's the possibility, but you have to be very sure.
So are you anti? You don't think Thunder should?
No, I'm not
Are you
anti.
sharp or dull?
Yeah,
I'm not anti-sharp. I just think
So you're not dull.
I'm not. dumb.
anti-sharp.
Yeah, I just think that it's a.
So what are you?
Is he just leaving?
Where do you fall?
Oh.
Okay. Where do you fall?
I
On
like
the
him.
sharpness scale.
I like him. I would be queasy to take him in the top 5. If you're at 7, I think you take him.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, he feels thundery to me. Let's move on to our next Twitter question. Comes from @_CL12_, who wants to know how would Shaden fit with SGA, Dort, Giddy, and Man?
Oh man, more shade and cues.
He feels like there's got to be consolidation there.
I think he fits fine.
I feel like our Thunder people are intrigued.
Oh, the Thunder Twitter is obsessed with
And
Shaden Sharp.
I think the mystery has helped him.
Yeah, I agree. I think he fits fine. I mean, you don't play them all at once, but just because you don't play them all at once doesn't mean that you can't have them all on the same team. I think of Trey as more of a 6-man anyways, where you pull Giddy or Shea or Shaden off the court and you plug in Trey, like your scoring is not going to take a huge dip. Like you have to have more than 5 guys on your team. So, and we've had, there's been issues with the Thunder in the past with bench scoring. And so I think if you have Trey off the bench as a guy that can develop into a 6-man type of player, I think that's great.
Here's a more important question. Twitter question from Alex_Bowlerjack, who wants to know what's your least favorite summer activity, and what's the ideal temp outside to swim in a pool? Ideal swimming temp 100 degrees.
100.
100 degrees.
I was going to say like 92.
100 degrees.
Why 100?
Because it's going to feel so refreshing. Because when you get it, it's like, oh, it's hot. Dip, bloop, refreshed. Refreshed. Do you want to be outside, laying on the chair? Oh, getting sweaty. Dip.
Yeah. But don't you want it to not be so scorching though?
No.
You want it scorching.
Scorching.
You want it to be scorched.
Scorched.
But you don't want it to be 100 for like 20 days in a row because then the pool is less refreshing.
Still pretty refreshing.
Still refreshing
Still
enough.
pretty refreshing.
Do you hate a summer activity?
My least favorite summer activity would probably be sweating my ass off. Getting super sweaty when I don't want to be sweaty.
Just like being outside.
Being outside when
Fully
it's
clothed.
Like
Yeah.
I have to go to court and wear a full suit.
Yeah.
And it's like that time from my car to the courthouse. Like I'm gonna get pretty sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get sweaty, and it's not great. I don't like being super sweaty. And the other thing is getting when it's very hot outside and you go and you first get in your car.
Yeah.
Because you gotta avoid the seatbelt.
Yeah.
Can't touch the seatbelt because it's
true.
gonna burn.
It's true.
And it's just
Gonna
like
burn.
it's just like oppressive heat.
Yeah.
In the car. That's why where you shouldn't leave there unattended? Animals and pets and babies.
Don't do it, people.
Do not
make that a part of your summer plans.
That's my least favorite summer activity. Don't do it. I don't do it. You shouldn't either.
Oh man. I don't like weed eating.
Weed eating.
I'm fine with mowing. I've got a riding mower now, which is really fun.
Oh yeah. How's the turn radius on that?
I'm into that.
Zero turn radius.
Zero turn, baby.
Yeah. Just
it's great.
It's
great.
Good.
Weed eating not as great because you will get sweaty. Weed eating. All right, next TQ.
Let's jump into another TQ. Okay. It comes from @405 fan, who wants to know the most likely target if we trade up with 12 and the most likely partner and what we use to get there. We want to trade up from 12.
Trading up from 12.
Who are we looking at? What do we give them? What do we want to do?
Yeah, I just don't know who's most likely to trade back. Obviously, we need to know the draft order first to see if any of these teams jump up. But to me, if you are maybe even New Orleans, I think it's got to be like a future draft asset. And maybe they don't. Maybe it's New Orleans is actually the wrong pick because they've got a ton of future draft assets already. And you want to take the highest pick there. Maybe it's the Blazers. Maybe if the Blazers fall to like 8 or something like that, you can offer them 12 and 30 or 12. And I don't know if this is a spot where the Thunder would be willing to part with Lou, because I think that the Blazers would like a guy like that. And if they could get like AJ Griffin, I think would be a really good target for the Thunder to move up. If they're picking in the top 4, I think he's a great complementary piece. I think Johnny Davis is another interesting one. I don't know how well he fits with OKC, but he's interesting. Tari Eason is interesting, who's kind of a 3-4. So to me, like those would be the kinds of targets that would be there. However, I kind of like some guys at 12. Like I think if Dyson Daniels is at 12, I think that you would probably really like that. I think that I think 405 fans are the one who doesn't like Jeremy Sohan, but I think he's an interesting prospect too. Really, really young player, aggressive, physical. So I think that those guys are going to be there for 12. I also have not watched. I've watched all these guys. I haven't watched them all in detail yet. So, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you miffed and are you peeved?
Miffed and peeved. Yeah, I'm miffed. I've got 3 boys, and we wrestle.
Uh-huh.
And I was my 3-year-old. We were wrestling last night, just playing around.
Kicked you in the nuts.
No, that has happened before, but this is not last night. He puts his finger in my nose and scratches the inside of my nose, and I am bleeding
That's awesome.
from my nose.
That's
I've never
dirty.
had a nosebleed like that. I've been like hitting the nose and had a nosebleed.
That's a dirty move.
It was an absolute dirty move by my 3-year-old, and I'm just like, I am bleeding, and and he's like, you got to tell Dad sorry. Look what you did. And he was like, no. He's like, he's like, I'm not going near him. It's disgusting. He's like, look at the tissue. It's like drenched in blood. He said, that's disgusting.
Because little kids' nails are sharp, surprisingly.
Very sharp.
Because if you cut them wrong, there's gonna be a sharp edge there.
He got me real good.
That's a heel move. They did that. I've not seen that WWE, and I've seen almost all of it.
It's definitely a heel move.
Hey, I went to a new restaurant in town. It's called the Tellers. It's super fancy.
Where's it at?
It's in the bottom of some building downtown. I'm not sure. I'll show you a picture of it, and you'll see this, and you'll say, "Ooh, super fancy."
Tellers? Oh yeah. I saw that. It was on your Insta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What does it make you say? Ooh, super fancy.
What kind of food is it? We're doing an ad for them right now.
Well, I think people should check it out. Like some people say, where do you want to come check it out? If you're feeling fancy, you should go there. They have like pasta.
Yeah.
They have pizza.
What did you have? It's Italian?
I had a steak.
Oh.
They kind of have it all. They kind of have pick. They have an eggplant appetizer that's like a hummus.
Okay.
Very good. The highlight for me was that.
Wow. The highlight over a steak? Was the steak good?
The steak was good, but the eggplant dip was phenomenal.
Wow.
Very good. So people check it out. It's a great date night.
Is that what you're miffed about?
I'm not miffed. I'm not miffed. So I went there and I had a great time. Not miffed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, another place you can have a good time is at
the
Jones Assembly. May
Lottery
17th.
night. Everyone needs to come.
Everyone be there.
I want you all to come.
It's going to be very good. And then next Thursday at Lively Beer Works, also downtown, be there for the release.
I'm going to come. So Taylor's going to come.
Yep. You both will be coming. All right. Thanks so much for listening to our show. We'll talk to you guys again on Monday. Oh, no. Oh, no.